Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ask Barry V Show. I'm Barry Vanover, and this is my partner, Miles Baker. Mr. Baker, let's go ahead and jump straight into our questions today.
All right, we've got some good questions this week. The first question comes from C. Williams. He had a couple different questions here. He says, Mr. Vanover, how do you close a mass intro where some of the attendees are also your students? And what's your thoughts on if both parents are not at the mass intro and can't make a decision until one speaks with the other? Want to start there?
We got more.
So,
let's start with the first one. Okay. Which is
students in the room when you're closing a mass intro. So
okay. Preferably, Mr. Williams, I never would want visitors, prospect families coming off the street in a mass intro with my current members. So let's say you're doing goal setting for board break, ABCs of success, goal setting for board breaking in January. You promote it internally, and I'm guessing you promote it externally. So now you're in a situation where outside beginner families are coming in, you're trying to sell them, and you've got some of your existing families there too. Bad situation. Just simply make it two separate events and avoid that altogether. But let's say you've got this situation coming up and you need help right now and you can't separate them. So the best thing that you could do is if you've got a room where you can take the visiting parents separately. Now, we always provide refreshments and pizza and refreshments or donuts and refreshments. And what we do there is we keep the families around longer as they're trying to decide if they're going to take us up on our today only special offer. Well, in this case, have your existing families and have all the kids go ahead and start having refreshments and ask the visiting moms and dads to come to a separate room with you in which you can go over the today only special. If you only have one big classroom floor and you have no private room for something like that, then do the same thing I said, but take the visiting parents over in the corner. Say, can I have all the visiting parents come right over here in the corner with me just for a minute? Turn up the music, which you should do anyway, as the people are having refreshments and your instructors or people are signing the boards, and go over there and do your close in the corner of the room. That's the best that you can do. The only other tip that I can give you, if a parent was to find out that you waived the down payment for these visiting families and they paid a down payment, they were upset, just remember that we as a business, we do reserve the right to have a special and to run specials at certain times. And because of this big group event, or this big group mass intro that you're having, that you're running a special, which was to just simply waive that initial fee. That should explain it well enough if you find yourself in that position.
Absolutely. Now, his second part of the question here, it says, this is a today-only special, as you mentioned. Do you give them more time to make the decision, or is the special gone? Any way to encourage both parents to be at the mass intro?
The key of the mass intro is today only offer. Yep. If you let those people walk out and you let them think about it, every time somebody walks out the door without signing up, there's at least 50% chance you never see them again. So we make it today only. They have to sign up today. There is no, now, if they leave and come back, of course we've said, yeah, you can go talk to your husband or you can give them a call right now if you can get a hold of them. But we're closing up today at 2 o'clock. Yep. We always do ours on Saturdays. We're out of here at 2. So if you can get a chance to come back by before 2, then you could still do it. But it has to be today. Yep. So yeah, there is no waiving the down, making special arrangements for somebody or letting them go home and think about it and come back and sign up for it. Because you lose a lot of credibility when you do that. When you said today only offer, but yet you're giving them a week to decide. You're losing credibility, and probably your staff is not going to take that offer as serious themselves, so they're not going to emphasize it's today only. We just had a mass intro. We signed up, I think, 19 out of 22 kids at one of our schools here in Knoxville recently, and if I had given them time to think about it, they would have left, and we would have signed up a fraction of that.
Well, they did 7 of 8 at Cass's school.
This past weekend, Cass signed up 7 of 8 that showed up.
That's great.
Mass intros, man, if there's anybody out there and you guys aren't implementing it, it's the icing on the cake. We want to hit our gross revenue goals and our new sign-up goals by our 2-lesson trial programs, because that's where we get down payments paid in full, straight to black belt training memberships, and we get people paying those. We get them going straight to black belt training from the intro and paying 36 months black belt training in full. without ever stepping into a regular martial arts class, right? Am I joking?
No.
All the time. So mass intros, though, is icing on the cake. That just enables your billing check to grow, more money, more test fee, and you're going to upgrade those people later.
Absolutely. So our next question for this week comes from Jay Crum. He says, I have a staff member that has begun to be disgruntled, showing up late for work, and now he says I am mistreating him and should treat him like his equal. I have tried to discuss things with him, and I'm getting really frustrated. Any advice?
Wow, that's a bad situation there. That's got trouble written all over that in so many terms. Man, where do we start with this one? First is you might be that man's equal as a human being, right?
Yep.
But you're not equals when it comes to work. There can't be more than one person running the show.
And showing up late isn't treating the owner.
Yeah, he doesn't even deserve to be treated as an equal if he can't show you respect,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So in that situation, man, you've got a problem because he's showing up late, which means he's probably already on his way out.
Mm-hmm.
When an instructor will leave you hanging, not knowing who's teaching the next class, like that, knowing how much you depend on the instructors, he's probably already on his way out. The fact that he's bringing up stuff like equal, making it personal.
Yeah.
This dude's on his way out, probably. He would be on his way out anyway, though, because here's what I suggest that you do. Understand if what you're telling me, now, I don't know being disgruntled while he's disgruntled. Maybe you're not paying him anything, right? But let's say you're paying him fair. You're treating him fair just like everybody else. And then all of a sudden he's complaining. People can be disagreeable. They can disagree with you, but they can't be disagreeable. So they can't cause problems and have that kind of attitude. So if all the things that this picture that you're painting is true, I would count this dude like the Walking Dead. And what I mean by that is, in my mind, I've already fired the guy, but I'm not going to make my life harder until I find their replacement. So I'm going to keep him working. Try to get him to do as good a job as he can. I don't want you to make your life harder and just fire the guy and then you're teaching all the classes or something. But be looking for his replacement, start training his replacement, and then of course let him go once you in that position to do so. But don't make your life harder. But sounds like in this situation, I wish I had advice on how to mend this. But in my experience, if what you're telling me is true, this guy's already so far gone that it's not funny. So don't think that this is going to get better and start trying to find another instructor and training them fast.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen that time and time again. And I think, like you said, to keep them going until you find the replacement means you got to keep your emotions under control. Because I'm sure that Mr. Crum here would love to give the guy the axe, and tell him to get gone. But, you got to make sure that you take care of your students and your business first and keep your emotions under control.
And if Mr. Crum is sitting down, I think that he said that he's tried to reason with the guy, right? So if he sat down and he's tried to reason with the guy and he's given him a couple chances, then he's gone.
Yeah.
But, and I would love and hope that the situation works out for you. If you haven't sat down and had a real heart-to-heart, go ahead and give it a try. Yeah. But enough red flags and yellow caution lights have flashed for me here that you got to start thinking about the future, whether it includes this guy or not, All
right, next we have the plug of the
By
show.
the way, get him to sign a non-compete agreement ASAP. If you haven't done that, do that tomorrow, right? Especially if he's in any type of instructor position of authority where he might take people with him.
Yeah.
Look, a non-compete agreement is valid in most states, and I'm not an attorney, right? But I do believe it is upheld in most states. Your non-compete just can't be too egregious. It just can't be for like 5 years in a 100-mile radius. Or the state of Tennessee, you can't teach. It's got to be within a reasonable mileage and for a reasonable period of time, like 24 months or 18 months. And 18 months or 24 months of not competing with you in an area is all you need. And if that guy's wanting to open up there, most people don't have the focus to wait 18 or 24 months and then do something. They probably forgot about teaching or moved on to something else or went somewhere else and what they should do and open up a school. But even the states that non-compete agreements aren't upheld, it's still a mental agreement between you and the person. Maybe this guy doesn't know that your state really doesn't uphold those well, right? But he doesn't know that. So back of his mind, oh, I signed a non-compete. So all you guys should have your instructors sign non-competes.
Plug of the show.
Plug of the show is summer camps. Listen, I know a lot of you guys are doing summer camps, whether you're doing part-time camps or full service camps, which you're providing daycare. Maybe you're only doing 2 or 3 camps of the summer. Our summer camp program has been a huge hit. You can see it at MA Summer Camps. Nick, is it summer camp or summercamps.com? Yell that out when you figure it out, but it's camps. MA for martial arts, summercamps.com. Now, there's like 14 different summer camp themes. There's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu summer camp stuff in here that I did for one of our clients specifically. There's Muay Thai kickboxing summer camps for all you kickboxing schools. And then, a great summer camp, a lot of you guys, I mentioned this before, will disagree with me, but you'll make a lot of money, is for everybody like from white belt up until brown belt. Anybody below brown can do, if they do 2 belt ranking camps over the summer, at the end of the second camp, they can go up 1 belt level. What's it matter? They're getting the same training hours in those 2 compact weeks of coming to camp every time. You acquire both camps so you make double the money, charging $300 per week for the camp. That's $600. Take 600 times 40 or 50 kids that's in the belt ranking camp and talk about a nice vacation or down payment on whatever you want to spend it on. That's some good money just for having those kids bump 1 belt, which they earned it anyway, I feel.
Oh, they put in the same amount of work hours, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And all of that's in the summer camp program, a belt ranking camp for you to promote it, the artwork, the ads, all of that information. MAsummercamps.com. Check it out.
Cool. Next question comes from D Lane. Asks, what is your recommended instructor per student ratio?
Oh, I mean like in school, they will only allow 22 kids in each teacher's class or something.
Instructor, right?
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah. That's my point. If some martial arts guy is telling you that there is a perfect instructor per student ratio, they're probably full of crap. Because I know no number for that. And it's far more important how good your instructors are. I know that if I'm training kids, and I've trained them for a few weeks even, I've trained them and conditioned them with certain anchors that I can teach 50 kids, 60 kids as well as I could teach 5. So it's more about the quality of instruction than student per instructor. And hell, I've been to some schools where there's 2 or 3 people out there on the floor and none of them know what they're doing and the class still sucks and the kids aren't being treated right or the kids aren't being shown enough attention.
Yeah.
So in the martial arts industry, let's not get hung up on how many teachers. Now you may have had, in defense of this guy, it sounds like I'm giving him a hard time. I'm not. Maybe a parent came up. Maybe this guy's classes are really growing because he's doing a good job at marketing. Maybe he does need to focus on instructor training a little bit because maybe a parent came up to him and said, hey, by the way, what is the student-teacher ratio at your school? There's so many kids out there.
My kid's not getting corrected or my kid's not getting attention.
In that case, just fix your instructor training, man, and fix your classroom protocol and anchoring and all that fast. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you shouldn't have other instructors out there when you've got 40, 50 kids on the floor, but make sure they know what they're doing. That's far more important.
Absolutely. All right, our last question comes from Kay Lovely. Ask, our Facebook ads and web leads have slowed down, and right when summer is fast approaching. What do you suggest for summer marketing?
Didn't we have this question a couple shows ago?
Seems like it. Maybe so.
Yeah. Somebody's Facebook, they don't even know what they're doing on Facebook, or true enough, man, maybe their Facebook targeting toward parents has dried up the leads a little bit, or leads to their website.
Yep.
They know summer's coming. Oh shit! I'm not getting leads. Summer, like here in the South, our schools 3-4 weeks. We're summertime.
Yep.
School's out, and they're like, "What are we going to do over those slow summer months?" Yeah. Okay, so you do. You pick. Well, you say tell one. I'll tell one. Back and forth.
What did we all do before Facebook?
Exactly. Right.
Go back to that stuff, and we never stopped doing those things. So okay, so let's just start with summer. Let's talk about summer camps. Other summer camps in our area. So researching all the big summer camps where all the kids are going. We'll approach them about coming in and doing a one-time seminar, do a goal-setting seminar, karate for concentration. School talks. Or we'll do the mini courses where we'll visit them 6, 8, 10 times over the summer. Of course, that's a paid thing. And then we'll end that up with a graduation at our school where all the kids are invited. So have an inventory of all your main summer camps in your marketable area, reaching out to them with a professional presentation to see them. So summer camps is one.
So what you're saying, wrap it up thinking this way, or not wrap it up, but where are the people that you're targeting to?
Yep.
And this really isn't summer.
Yeah, it's just always
It's always where are the people during the school year? 5 to 12-year-olds are inside school all day. That's why it's so important to be able to do school talks and guest PN instruction and getting flyer approval and all that. Well, during the summer, the kids are at daycares, other summer camps, and like you said, one-time visits for your school talks, or 8 times in a row for a mini course. Of course, knowing what you're doing and how to take advantage and sign those people up. What about adults? Where are adults all day long? They're at people's profession. They're at their job. So networking with some larger companies to do self-defense workshops, a corporate special for any of their families to join your school. Restaurants. We always, in the summer, we shouldn't give this free because all of our consulted clients will be mad, but we do what we call service industry promotion. Service industry is a term for people that wait tables and bartend and things like that. One restaurant can have 150 employees, and you could walk into one big restaurant like Chili's or some of these big chain restaurants. You'd be surprised how many people work there. Speaking to the manager, have one conversation and work something out to some kind of promotion for all their employees. And think how many businesses between companies, corporations, restaurants, salons that you have out there. We just did a self-defense workshop for a salon chain as a team building thing. Our instructors went down to University of Tennessee and taught self-defense to a group of fraternities. So where are the people? Get out there, find them. Next thing would be promotional booths. Again, probably every town in America has spring and summertime events, chili cook-offs and barbecues and all of these different things. Go out, set a promotional booth up. We're doing a fundraiser for the Cancer Society here in town. Our demo team is going. We're going to be performing. They let us set up a booth. We're going to be handing out VIP guest passes, meeting people, collecting names and addresses and phone numbers, getting leads to call and schedule appointments, right? So you just said school talks. I did promotional booths and basically business to business type stuff, birthday parties. If you're not, look, a good mother doesn't wait right up to the kid's birthday to schedule a birthday party, right? So if you look at your calendar, any birthday party you've got scheduled in the next 8 weeks is probably all the birthday parties you're going to have scheduled. So you need to be aggressive if you're not doing a lot of birthday parties of scheduling those. Let's go over some quick marketing for birthday parties. In-house, putting out a flyer that any of your students that sign up for a birthday party and schedule one anytime in the next 12 months, right, can get a percentage off, half off or 75 or 25% off. Make them put down a deposit to hold the place. So market them inside your own school.
Party stores. You should be on a first name basis with the manager at your local party stores, because of your parents' night outs, your buddy bashes, any birthday parties you do all year round, you try to buy the materials or send the parent there to buy the materials from that store. So then they in return will have your birthday party flyers and stuff at their register.
You know what's a great idea is to go to your party cities and the party stores and say, look, here's a stack. I will give you these flyers to put in all the purchase bags of everybody that comes through. What would you want to be able to do that? Would you want your kids, Mr. Manager, to have a free membership? Would you want all of your staff members to have a free membership? I would give 4, 5, 6 memberships away to their staff and able to stuff those purchase bags, right? Doesn't cost me anything to have a few more people on the floor, right? For that kind of marketing. Or at least put a lead box in birthday party type places. Okay, my turn for birthday parties. Make sure your website has a birthday party landing page on it where people can see that you actually have birthday parties, and they can go ahead and either pay for one or just give your lead information for you to call them to schedule one.
And don't forget them at your promotional booth. Sometimes people forget
having
your birthday parties.
Giving away free birthday parties at your promotional booth.
So there's quite a few people you can reach.
There's a lot of ways. We're just talking birthday parties. We're talking about summer marketing, but I think we did okay there.
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't want pretty busy.
Yeah, that's plenty of stuff for somebody to do over the summertime.
So next we have, and lastly, the tip of the show.
Tip of the show. Tip of the show is your demo team. Look, man, I don't care if you teach jiu-jitsu, if you teach Krav Maga, if you teach karate, doesn't matter. You should have a demo team. And yeah, a good demo team is probably a children's martial arts demo team. But man, if you ever seen Ernie Reyes' demo team, it's all adults. So I think having a good kids demo team and a good adult demo team, it allows you to get out there in your community and put your best foot forward and draw attention. Having a good promotional booth is about drawing attention to your booth and getting people to come over to it, right? And a good demo team does just that, but it provides so much more. Our demo team does the national anthem form, and they've got it down spot on. So we've been at University of Tennessee basketball games doing demo team. We've been at different events around town doing the national anthem. They're going to do national anthem anyway at some of these sporting events. Might as well have our demo team performing as the national anthem is to national anthem form as it's going on. But your demo team allows you so many opportunities. So I encourage all of you guys, you know what? And a demo team doesn't have to be the best students you have. It doesn't have to be ringers. Did you know most people watching a demo don't know just a normal tornado crescent kick from a 720? They don't have a clue the difference, right? Only we think that way. Just basically having your students do some cool, simple things to unison, in a routine, to music. It can be a lot simpler than you think. You don't have to be a sport karate guy to put in a good demo team. I've seen some amazing Krav Maga demo teams where the kids are rocking some cool Krav Maga, right? Or jiu-jitsu or whatever. Now, here's another tip. So that your demo team, our practices are on Saturday. The last thing of the day, Saturday. From example, let's say it's from 1 to 3 or 1 to 2:30 or whatever, right? Hour and a half for demo team practice. Whatever birthday party that you schedule first on Saturday, schedule it right at the end of the demo team practice. So all those birthday kids come in, your demo team gets to perform for the first birthday party on Saturday. So let's say you do 2 or 3, the first birthday party, the demo team gets to perform. Now this is great because the demo team gets practice performing every week in front of a group of kids. So it makes it exciting for the demo team. And the first kid that got the birthday party just friggin' lucked out. They got the demo team performing. Now, how much easier is going to schedule appointments for those guys? Right. So that's a great tip. That was worth tuning in for. We always should do the tip at the very end. That way they watch the rest of the boring show, right? Is anything else?
That's it for this week.
All right, great. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.